Man, well, look, we're glad we have you here, Jack. And I mean, hey, you alluded to a number of things that are going on. Obviously, a number of coaches were fired, but Ron is still here temporarily. We'll definitely see. Let's talk about the state of Washington. Obviously, you like that, we're losing, so we can get these picks, but where can we go from here? Because the last couple of weeks not look good.
No, that defense has been atrocious. Absolutely, you're not going to win any games like that. So Jack Del Rio's gone, which is great. So we'll see with Ron calling the plays. I don't expect a major turnaround. Maybe they'll blitz more. I don't know. So we'll see what this kind of alludes to. But again, like I really think this is a good thing. Like it's time for change. Like they've been mediocre. Ron's track record is proven, and like same thing in Carolina. He just he middles. He's not a great coach. He's not a great personnel guy. It's just I love the guy from a personal standpoint. I think he has great character. I think he brought a really good good character to this team, or
Yeah.
a different mindset to this team. But from a football standpoint, I just don't think he's the guy. So it's time. It's time to let him move on to something else, play some golf out in California or whatever he does, and then on to the next phase. So,
Yeah, we need to. Will, what are your thoughts? I mean, about this right here. First and foremost, will this even make a difference? And the writing is on the wall. We know for the most part, 4 or 5 games from now, Ron will be gone. Is it this good riddance? Is this let's see these last 5 games? What are your thoughts, man?
Yeah, I think what this shows is the fact that they chose to fire Jack Del Rio and not Ron, is that the Harris group is really trying to show they can be patient with coaches when you're struggling, and it's not, the next coach that comes in is going to get more than 11 games. They're not pulling a David Tepper, essentially, and how bad that's been doing. But when it comes to Ron calling plays, I'll say this: we better not get better. Okay, because here's like one of the things I've heard is that he's looking at simplifying some of the defensive calls, having less switches, maybe moving the defensive line around a little bit more. Maybe he'll go more into zone and not play so much man, or vice versa. And my thing is, like, if all of a sudden the defense starts playing better because you make some adjustments, where have you been the entire season? The way you've allowed your defensive coordinator to just have his teams get crushed out there and not make adjustments. So we better not have a whole lot of improvement under Ron, because that would be really bad on his leadership of this whole franchise.
Yeah, and it's interesting because we talk about EB on the offense, and is Ron have his hand in some of these calls and stuff like that? Well, we figured JDR was his guy, so Ron does his thing and JDR, let him do his, but apparently that has not been working. And then obviously, Visselmeyer, the DB's coach, we fired him as well. I mean, to your point, Will, I mean, if we see a resurgence in this defense, I mean, but is that possible, Jack? Because we know these guys will play for Ron.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Ron's a good character dude. But I'm just so tired of sitting, like, watching him with his mouth half open on the sideline, going like this, like not knowing what's going on. Yeah, right. Stoic with his arms crossed, not saying anything. And when he what was it, like at the beginning of the year? He's like, "Oh, I didn't realize we had a good quarterback in Sam Howell." And at the beginning, I'm like, I mean, you see him every day. Like how is this some mystery that you just solved? Like, it just blows my mind. Like, he's just, I don't know. I think it's time, but just I think he's not incompetent, but it's just like I don't. He's just a mediocre coach. Like, he's okay, but he's not going to be able to take you to the next level.
Right.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Let's go. The Washington Commanders. There it is.